What's up, folks? Well, I had a great build idea in mind. And I'm sure actually a lot of people would benefit from it too, but given my little predicament here and my finicky lathe, well, it looks like we're going back full circle, eh? Well, I don't know. I'm looking at these coils and I can't see nothing burnt in there. Like the whole fucking thing looks burnt, don't get me wrong. But, you know, I'm going to have to check them out with the multimeter. But when I did pull this out, this all just kind of fell off. That's not supposed to fall off of there. The motor crapped out on me a little bit. The centrifugal switch, there's a little keeper on it. It popped off and it was letting the smoke out pretty good. So, well, that's, I don't know. The build was getting interrupted so much, I kind of want to start fresh with that one. So I'm just kind of getting prepared here. Trying to make a round tool. So maybe I can get some nice finishes out of something here. Like really now, I want some really epic finish. I'm going to try for it anyway. But that's going to be like a one-thou cut out of that. But yeah, so thinking out loud it is. Yeah, so I've come to the conclusion that building up a shop, you know, like and picking up a new skill, you know, it's tough. Not just mentally tough or anything, but like financially super friggin' tough. Like, you know, you hit up as many garage sales as you can, but you know, you can only go so far. I did hit up a couple garage sales the other weekend there and got some pretty awesome thread gauges here. Like, they got some big ass threads on there. I didn't have thread gauges like that before, so that'll come in handy. But he must have done some threading or machining. But yeah, I got a 3-inch mic. Sadly, the little gauge thing that's supposed to go with it there didn't come with it. I'm not sure if it even works or not. No clicking. What is this? Cranston something RI Central Tool Company. I don't know how good of that, if it's even any good anymore, but $15. I have to at least try, because it's just one of those things that can be super expensive when you buy them new. Like, they didn't look too marred up or nothing. I'm gonna have to invest in some gauges though. Yeah, just like, you know, measuring tools, man. Holy crap. You know, like, freaking, I mean, so many of them. There's that measuring tool. And this little guy was, well, this wasn't very expensive, actually. Some things are nice and cheap. But, like, then you get into, like, the freaking, this was cheap, too. This is a thing from KBC Tools. It was, not that I'm not advocating for KBC Tools. I'm just tools in general. You know, that's going to be nice. Oh. That's going to be so much nicer than me hemming and hawing trying to read that plain old vernier caliper. And the 1-inch mic, I'm going to be using that too. That's going to be, I'm going to try to use it in some fashion. And hopefully square came with it. A little blade square. I don't know how square it is. I don't know how square this is either. It looks good though. Okay, so I can kind of barely contain myself. I can share something. I am making another gizmo like this, maybe slightly shorter, but pretty much the same thing. Only I plan on milling 2 flats on here for a wrench. In any case, I did get it back working again. She started buzzing really bad in the back here. The smoke was shooting out and shit. Oh man. I'm surprised I didn't frickin' destroy that unit. But I do got a little piece here of 4140. First time well, this is technically the second time. But I haven't even turned this yet. Like what I did, I just drilled it out to 3/8 to accommodate the the cross slide screw. I actually fixed up that lead screw and stuff too. This actually took a considerable amount of straightening, unfortunately. I just took the really small, like there was a bend right about here and one right about here. So that was a kind of a bitch to straighten out. I just took the really fine brazing tip on the torch and heated it up enough that I could just barely tweak it over. Then there was another one right about in here somewhere that I had to straighten that out as well, but I got it not bad. It's still a little bit crooked, but like I took most of the slop out of this and it still turns, you know, relatively nice and freely. So and I even got some little oilers, little ball and spring oilers for the unit. So she's pretty much back in action, more or less. Got the thread dial working, all cleaned up the teeth on there, so that's all working nice and smooth now. So yeah, because I'm gonna need that for sure. It's gonna be kind of a short thread leading into a shoulder when I make this part. Yeah, so I guess that's what I've been up to, guys. I know it's got some holidays coming up here, so I'll be putting out a proper build video here soon. Yeah, so I did turn down some of that 4140, like I said. This was my first attempt at it. Well, I shouldn't say attempt. It was a successful attempt. Actually, I cut it on my saw. I was a little bit scared. Bought one of them tungsten carbide tip saws, and it still cut this stuff. I don't know if that's such a good idea. I know it cuts mild steel like a champ though. Like just chews right through it like nothing. You get a beautiful cut through it. Beautiful. But yeah, this stuff turns pretty nice. It's not like that. It's quite a bit tougher. You can just by the sound of it, you can tell it's you know, it's fighting the tool a little bit. But it does come off in nicer chips, and that's like, you know, that was a pretty decent turn. I just hit it with a file and a little bit of Scotch-Brite, and it cleaned up not bad. It's a little harder to sand than your other mild steel. So that's what I'm going to try. This, see what this does. I never made one of these tools before. I seen them on TV. Yeah, anyways, folks, I do got a proper build video coming up here. I am still waiting on a few tidbits of materials anyway. So when I get those put together, we'll get this build on the road, show on the road. Oh, I want to tell you so bad. It's gonna be cool though. You know, provided that my idea works. It's gonna be a little different than what I've seen other folks do. Well, it's gonna be quite a bit different, I think. Oh, by the way, I just bought this because it said freaking stare it on it. I think it's something for testing RPM. I don't even know what the hell it's called though, to be honest. So it seems to still work. It's a little chewed up, I think. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know if you gotta do it with a watch. Fuck if I know. Yeah, if anyone knows what that is, put a little something down in the comments there. It would be greatly appreciated. But I do own something by Stare It now. Garage sales. All right, folks. You guys have a great night. I shall see you very soon with a pretty awesome build video. Peace out.